This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Recording in progress.
Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Haba. We're continuing in Mishna Berura, Daf Hashavua. We're learning Siman Lamed Ches Seif Beis. Before we begin, if I may, just a public service announcement. Many of you may have heard our Beis Medrash, our Torah Center, is having its annual campaign this weekend, beginning Motzei Shabbos, for 48 hours. If anybody would like to be Mishtatef, it would give us tremendous chizuk. Better yet, if anyone is even able to make a team page and expand our ability to support the Beis Medrash, Tavei Aleichem Bracha. Okay, we're learning Siman Lamed Ches Seif Beis. We just saw in Seif Aleph that somebody who has intestinal distress is pater from Tefillin, even without pain. Other sick people, if they're mitzta'er, they're pater. When it comes to choyle meyayim, you cannot be machmer and put on the tefillin. When it comes to other illnesses, if you want to be machmer, even though your mind may be distracted, it is permitted. So how about a guy, Seif Beis, Mishna Berura, she'eni yachal espala b'lai hafacha, one who is certain that he can't daven without passing gas. Mutav sheyaver zman hatefila mima sheyisma b'lai guf naki. It's better to let davening pass. So you'll say, what do you mean? I understand he can't wear tefillin, but why can't he daven? Why can't a person daven if he's going to be meifiach, if he's going to pass gas? So we'll see that this doesn't necessarily apply to Kriya Shema. This is specific to Shemona Esrei. Then, let's see the Mishna Berura. Mishna Berura. If someone's just masupik, then he should not be mevatel tefillah because maybe he'll be meifiach. But lehispalel, says Mishna Berura, dafka tefillah, dafka shemana esrei, mishum du ka'imid lefnei hamelech, ugenayhu lamed lespalel al das sheyivsik be'emtzat sheyichlal reach. And it's disparaging if he's going to daven with the plan that he'll have to pause when he's meifiach until the smell dissipates. Now, what if somebody has an illness that he's constantly passing gas? And he knows for sure he will. So then what? He should never daven? So in Siman Peis of Katan Dala, the Dirshu quotes, it's mutter for him to daven. Because passing gas is only an Isser D'Rabbanan. Because it's a Reach Rasha in Ba'ikar. It's Doicha. So a Kriya Shema, which is Doiraisa, or Tefillah, which is Mitzvah D'Rabim, is Doicha that. However, at the time he is being Meifiach, Pri Chadash says he should stop. What about Tefillin? Because Tefillin, it's a bigger issue to pass gas. The Pri Megadim is Masupik. In other words, let's say somebody has an illness that he's constantly going to be Meifiach. So, Legabe Kriya Shema, which is Doiraisa, he should say Shema. Legabe Tefillah, which is Mitzvah D'Rabim, then he should daven. That's interesting. Well, what if somebody is not davening with the minyan? He lives in Idaho, so it's not a Mitzvah D'Rabim. So then maybe he shouldn't daven. And regarding Tefillin, the Pri Megadim is Masupik. But again, this is somebody who constantly is passing gas. So this is, by the way, Toichachas Megula, for average regular person who one day is not feeling well. Don't be machmer. I'm going to put on the tefillin and daven at the regular time. It's more important to have a guf naki than to, in other words, the avodah that's required is to focus on the guf naki. We were just talking about somebody who has some kind of constant illness. Someone's talking. I don't. My volume is too low, so I don't hear if somebody's asking something. No. Okay. The Mishna Berura continues. Avol Kriya Shema uber chayseh mutter ach beli tefillin. But if someone is a chayla, so he can't daven if he knows he's going to be meifiach. but Kriya Shema and the brachos is permitted. In other words, Tefillah is oimed lefnei hamelach, so then it's a genai. Kriya Shema is not oimed lefnei hamelach, so therefore, and the brachos as well. Okay, the Mechaber continues, V'im yeira alai, sheyuchal lahamed atzmai, beguf naki, b'shas Kriya Shema. If a person sees that he could, if a person believes he could control himself during Shema, yaniach tefillin bein ahava l'Kriya Shema v'yivarech. He should put on tefillin between ahava and Kriya Shema and make a bracha. Says Mishna Berura b'shas Kriya Shema ein l'kamat simpei Mishna Berura kisham yivarech hakol be'ez l'sham. We'll get more into this in detail. V'yivarech v'yikorem Shema v'yachar kach yichaltz, and then you should take them off. The Dirshu brings that what about somebody cannot control themselves and they're going to be meifiach? The problem is it's not a type of hafacha that's going to produce a reach ra that the people next to them are davening, are not able to daven. So this guy knows he's going to be meifiach. But it's pretty embarrassing for him not to take off his tefillin. I mean, what's he supposed to do? Take off his tefillin publicly? It's a busha. So the Minchas Yitzchak says, "Alt kavod abriyos," he could put on his tefillin, but put them a little bit off kilter. Put it off to the side. This way, it's not considered b'mekaymam. And then b'shas Kriya Shema tefillah yilbashon karai. Okay. The Mishna Berura continues, let's say a person knows they're going to be meifiach, and they're not going to have enough time to take off both tefillin. They'll only be able to take off the shalroish. You could put on both of them. That's what the Magen Avram writes, but the Pri Megadim questions whether you could put on the tefillin if you don't think you could get them both off in time. Sif Gimel, Noshim va'avadim peturim mitfillin. Women, slaves, are exempt from mitzvahs, so therefore they're patur. Haga says Ramav, if women want to wear tefillin, we protest. Why? Says Mishna Berura Sif Katan Yod, Nashim v'tumtum androgynous chayiv mitfillin misafek kechala mitzvahs. Shazman grama. Why is tefillin zman grama? Now this is a big question. Does Shabbos and Yom Tov allow zman tefillin? Shabbos and Yom Tov is not as man tefillin. Notice he didn't say Laila is not as man tefillin. Maybe Laila is as man tefillin. Midai Raisa. Hanoshim. I'm from Shua din l'inyan avadim. If avadim want to wear tefillin, we also protest. V'ayin b'sefer Tosfos Shabbos goes v'hed yelahepach that we don't protest. V'ayin b'sefer Tosfos Shaim moichem biyadim. Okay, so here we come to a very interesting machlokes Mishna Berura and the Aruch HaShulchan. That's not pointed out here in the Dirshu. It's kedai to speak out. Why do we not allow women to wear tefillin? Mibnei shetzrichin guf naki, because tefillin requires a clean body. V'nashim ein zris zar. Women will not be zaras to be careful to have a guf naki. So the Aruch HaShulchan has a more politically correct way to say this. And that doesn't mean it's correct, but it's more politically correct. I mean, the Mishna Berura is basically saying men could control themselves, women can't. Why? Women have different biological systems. Women have different chemistry. Aruch HaShulchan says that if somebody ever asks you, you should have the Aruch HaShulchan in your back pocket. Aruch HaShulchan says, Avada, women could be just as careful as men. Okay, we're not disparaging them at all. They could be just as careful. But even by men, we used to wear tefillin all day, but we don't because we can't be careful. So why do we wear tefillin at all? Because we have to. We don't have a choice. So we have to take the chance. We have to take the risk. It's not that we could be more careful. It's not that maybe women could be more careful. But women, because they're not obligated, are not allowed to take the chance. We're obligated. We have to take the chance. Women are not obligated, so they're not allowed to take the chance. That's how the Aruch HaShulchan says it. In other words, not that the Mishna Berura says men could be more careful than women. That might be true, and but that doesn't mean that's the answer you need to give, depending on who's asking the question. The Aruch HaShulchan says it's because they shouldn't take a chance. Okay, Rabbi Say, here's the deal. We're going to hold it over here, but the summer there are going to be days that we can't get together, and I don't want to fall behind. So, can we get together tomorrow morning, Friday? Because in advance, there are going to be days in the summer that I'm not able to do. So, it's 9 o'clock. Plenty of time for Rabbi Yeager to join us Friday afternoon. And, okay, so Friday, it won't be the next Friday, but tomorrow, let's go weiter. And we'll see if we could gain some ground that way, okay? Have a good day, everyone. Bracha v'atzlacha. Kol tov.
Recording stop.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.